wala akong YouTube, kinibigil. No. Ah! Oh my God, na-off ko siya. Are you ready? I am ready. You know, the thing is, this is actually, oh my gosh, kita yung ano ko. This looks like a pajama, but it isn't. This is, may pang-alis. It's actually a dress, so it's quite cute. And that's our cat. In-hit po ang aming pusa. Hindi ko na po makokontrol yun. Ano. But anyway, woo! Welcome to another episode of Take the Talk with me, Juayla, and if you're on YouTube, hey guys, it's me, Juayla. Oh my gosh, first time ko ulit gawin tong YouTube. Like, for the listeners on my, my podcast, if you're watching my Instagram story, I told you na magkakaroon ako ng, like a Ask Me birthday episode because it's my birthday as I'm uploading this. No, probably. Ay, hindi! Sunday pala birthday ko, so probably tomorrow. It's my birthday episode and hey, I'm here. And then sabi ko, why not try and give it a shot sa YouTube? So, you're now seeing my face. Pero please, may twist dito, no? Makinig pa rin kayo sa Spotify podcast ko kasi mag-edit out ako dito sa YouTube. So, yung mga, alam mo yung mga juicy na answers is probably gonna be on my Spotify podcast. If you're on YouTube and you're watching here, and if you wanna listen to my podcast, oh my God, ang tagal ko na din nag-YouTube, sorry, so, Etong mga effects na to, wala po to sa Spotify podcast kasi it's gonna be raw. It's gonna be raw AF. If you're watching this and if you wanna listen on my podcast on Spotify, I'm gonna link it down below or I'm gonna put it here. You can actually just search, you know? It's Take the Talk Juayla. It's Take the Talk with Juayla, and it's also not on Spotify podcast. It's also on Google Podcasts and Apple Podcasts, or like whatever platform you're listening or your podcast from. So I'm gonna do a Ask Me video or podcast. Well, the questions came from my Instagram and from my guests. So this is exciting kasi mostly ng mga question ay pang binibining Pilipinas. So, hindi ko alam kung bakit. Siguro dahil kagabi lang yung binibining Pilipinas. So, talagang deep. Ang ina-expect ko mga sex or chocolates, mga ganyan. Hindi! Wait, you know what? It's so weird. Like, setting up the whole room again. Kasi pag nagpo-podcast ako, it's just my mic. And my mic, my phone, and that's it. Like, that's my equipment. Pero pag YouTube kasi, super dami mong kailangan i-set up. Like, yung lighting, the way that you look, your appearance, your physical, your physique and stuff like that. Such a hassle. But anyway, if you're listening on Spotify, and if you're watching this, okay, I'm just gonna go. Okay, the first question is, how did you come up with your podcast and what inspired you? So how did I come up with my podcast and what inspired me to do it? You know what? I told this on my first episode. So, grabe kayo. Halatang di kayo nakikinig. What made me start is because last year, we all know that, pandemic changed a lot of us. And it came to a point where I was like deep thinking about my life and what I wanted to do. So I came up with this because I was so stressed about my social anxiety. And ako kasi, super chatty akong tao. I can like incline with different people at times. I mean, I can vibe to you. Like, pwede kong masagap yung energy mo in a way. So I was not talking to anyone last year, which is so disturbing. It was a problem last year, and I know in myself, or I know deep down that it was not me. So I started, doing podcasts. Well, first I started listening. Like my favorite podcaster is probably Joy Spring, and she knows that. My favorite podcaster is Joy Spring, and sino pa ba? Actually, hindi podcaster, but Tony Gonzaga helped me a lot when it comes to my speaking skills or like the way I engage or talk to people. She helped me. So, probably the ones that I look up to in the social media platform. So, that's what came up with. Nung una, dehado pa ako kasi hindi ko alam kung saang platform ko pwedeng mag-podcast. Like, I know you're gonna publish it on Spotify, but I don't know really the details when it comes to it. Because from YouTube kasi, madali lang siya. And I do, di ba, nag-YouTube ako, like, ever since 2016. If you're gonna watch my old videos, please don't. Please don't judge me. And alam nyo ba, may nanonood pa din hanggang ngayon, so hindi ko alam paano. But, anyway, so I was about to do it actually last year, but I don't know how. And then I researched about everything, like how to upload, how to earn money from it. And then, I started doing it. Like this year lang, February. It was a funny story. Like, nasabi ko na to sa first episode ko, but I'm gonna say it again for the sake of you. Last year, I went to a beach trip with my family. And I was like, being on the sea and just, roaming around. Talagang binabantayan ko ang aking mga pamangkin. I was like, parang andun na sila swimming. So I was alone and I was like thinking, like, ano bang plano mo? Like, do you wanna pursue something? Something about multimedia. And so I was like, why don't I begin my podcast? I looked out to the sky. It was like a gloomy day, which was my favorite. Everything followed, actually, that day. Like, everything follows up to that day, and it was so amazing to think about it. And then, pagbalik ko dito, nag-research ako on like how to publish a podcast. Dahil nga social anxiety ko. You know what? I remember having doubts. Like, what if walang makinig? So, and look at where we are now. Look at where we are now. Thank you if you're listening to this on Spotify and if you're watching my YouTube channel. Second question is, what would you tell your past self? And what do you think your future self would be doing? Alalam! Ano ba? Kaya ko ba tapos sa'yo, Binibining Pilipinas? Be patient and trust yourself. Honestly, super cliche pakinggan, right? But ako kasi impatient kasi akong tao. Like, I would like to get a job done agad-agad when it comes to, making decisions, when it comes to, being relatable to my skills and stuff like that. I would tell, continue growing and do not look back. Make sure na wala kang pagsisisihan sa lahat ng ginawa mo sa buhay. Because I'm such a regretful person, honestly, even before. As in, super parang, minsan, alam mo yun, minsan mapapaisip ka, like, when you're alone, having that deep thoughts, you will be just like, sobrang nakakapangsisi yung ginawa ko, ganyan. I was like that before. But now, please, younger self, if you're listening, if you're watching this, do not be that kind of girl where she regrets everything that she, have gone through. Because look at you now. You're okay, you're thriving, you're doing what you're passionate about. So, good job, sis. Okay, future self would be doing. What do you think your future self would be doing? Probably, one thing's for sure. I'm gonna be in the creative industry for most of my life because this is where I'm passionate about. Creative industry, the entertainment industry is such a broad industry. So, sobrang dami kong pwedeng gawin about it. And, I just turned 22. I'm in my early 20s pa, so I'm kind of still figuring it out. But, the good thing is, I know where to land on an industry. because, that's where my degree is. You know what? I don't have a specific niche. It's so funny because I don't have a specific niche. I don't know if I want to be a host. I don't know if I want to be a motivational speaker, a public speaker. Like, ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be an artista. And that's what keeps me going. Like, right now, I don't want to be an artista anymore. I just want to be part of the creative industry. Probably that way, we'll just see, okay? Future self, if you're watching this, mark your words. Mark my words. Anyway, doon na tayo sa third question. Anong hanap mo sa lalaki? Gusto ko ba yan tall, dark, and handsome? yung mga generic na sagot. Ano ba yun? You know what? Whenever someone would ask me this, I remember. Fourth question is, paano mo masasabi na mahal mo yung tao or masaya ka lang sa feeling niya? Alam ng tao na to kung sino yung nagtanong. So, kung may pinagdadaanan ka man, Mars, andito ako para sa'yo. Paano mo masasabi na mahal mo yung tao? For me, from my experience, fifth one is, kung ang English ng kulangot ay snot, ano naman sa Tagalog ang puke? Akala niya sasabihin ko yung puke, Tagalog, vomit, duh. Ano ba naman yan? Yung mga tanong nyo, nakakaloka. Eto, mga gusto kong tanong. Kasi yung mga susunod dito talaga na tanong ay talaga nga naman pang binibining Pilipinas. What's the most groundbreaking thing you did you thought you'd never do, pero kinaya mo pala? Probably this one. The way that I express myself on social media, on a camera, on like a social media channel. Like how I express myself publicly. That's the thing I never thought that I would have done. I mean, actually, I thought about it, but like, I never thought that I would do it confidently. You know what I mean? Something like that. Because dati kasi, kapag nasa harap ako ng camera, like, guys, I would vlog. Way back when I was like 9 years old, like kapag may nakita akong camera and stuff like that, like I would, hey guys, so today, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, like I would do that. I don't know, I love to entertain really as a child. So, until such time na I entered high school, or like the first time that I did a vlog, yung mga nauuso na yung vlog and stuff like that. So, na-realize ko na I was doing it confidently when, I just feel comfortable and I feel the excitement, I feel passionate about it, like editing my videos and, talking to you and then interacting with the comments and, with my friends saying na, wow, you did such a great job on like, talking in front of the people. Yeah, oo, yung pusa namin. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I definitely knew the woman that I wanted to be. You know what I mean? Next one is my birthday wish. My birthday wish. Well, I'm turning 22. Well, I turned 22 by the time you're watching this. I actually never thought of it. It's so funny. This is like a birthday episode that I haven't thought about my wish. Just a genuine and passionate Juayla. Like, that's it. Hindi ko na siya isa self-explanatory dahil we all would just wish to be happy. We just all wish to thrive. And honestly, I just want that for myself. Like, that's it. Genuine. Like, honesty. Honestly, gano'n na happiness na. Wow, parang nagkaroon ako ng deep realization. But anyway, next, what keeps me going? My future and God. So yeah. Yes, I did mention God. Like, who am I? Parang I never thought I would mention him, but yes, he keeps me going. Well, first of all, my future keeps me going because I am so curious and yet excited at the same time on saan ako mag-venture when it comes to the creative industry. So I'm really, really curious on how I would do it. I don't know, because maybe it's also my mindset kasi na parang, you know that thing where I used to dream so big when I was a kid, like I wanted to be an artista, and now it's just jutting down to a specific niche. And yet, I don't know what that niche is yet. I ran across this quote sa Instagram. They were two people talking. It was a guy and a girl. The girl said, I really thought I'm gonna be something at the age of 23. You know what the guy said? All you have to be at the age of 23 is to just be yourself. When I read that, it changed my perspective. Yeah, what keeps me going is my future because I am a curious girl. Like, I ask a lot of things. Okay, if you don't know me personally, I do ask a lot of things, and I learned how to, to motivate myself. Especially last year, because I was, we were all alone with our thoughts, with like the same faces that we wake up to every day. So I learned how to manage my thoughts and just be inclined to it. And that keeps me going. So yeah. What was your last push to do podcast, and what's your advice to those who are still thinking about making one but still doubting themselves? That is a great question because I've been asked a lot about this question. What was my last push? As I've said earlier, it's a matter of just thinking about it and just doing it. You know what I also learned? Just do it. Kasi kung hindi mo gagawin, walang gagawa niyan para sa'yo, ikaw lang talaga. Like, that's the thing about life, which sucked, I know. And yes, that's my dog barking. You know what? At this point, I still have doubts. I'm not kidding. Like, what if hindi umatok tong ginagawa ko? What if walang may mangyari? As I've said earlier, my mindset, it keeps me going. It just keeps me going. That is so annoying. You know what? It just boils down to one thing. Just do it. Have that courage and make sure na once you do it, be consistent. If you want to make something out of it. Yun yung mapapayo ko sa inyo. Just be consistent and do not mind the others. Because they're just noise. You know what I mean? All you have is yourself and you have to focus on that. I like this. I admire you because of the way you speak. What inspired you to be a great communicator? First of all, I am not a great communicator. Like, I hate confrontations, but I feel like she's talking about like the way I speak. Okay, first of all, I just want to clear out that I am not a great communicator. Hindi po ako magaling. Marunong lang po ako magsalita. Because as what I've said earlier, I practice a lot, and you know what? Nakakahiya man aminin, but I talk to myself a lot. Okay, this is the thing. Your accent, like the way I speak, my accent is not a product of my country, but it is a product of my environment that I grew up in. You know what I mean? So, kasi diba ang mga Filipino, magaling mag-imitate yan eh. Given na tayo na magaling tayo mag-imitate ng accent eh. So, when I was growing up, I used to watch Western TV shows. I grew up watching Nickelodeon. I grew up watching Disney Channel. I grew up watching Hannah Montana. I used to sing Western songs, Western pop songs. And that's it. And then I grew up with that kind of environment also where I have my two cousins. They're pure Filipino blood, but they went to an international school when they were younger. So, alam mo yun, parang forced ako to speak English just to communicate with them. So, in a way, I feel like I picked up some, like the accents and, like the way I organize the grammar and stuff like that. So, that's actually one of my strengths. Like, I am not that skilled yet. Pag tinapatan mo ako ng foreigner or something like that, like, I can do it. Like, I can speak to you. Like, in a normal type of way. Kasi, just remember this. If you are speaking to a foreigner, hindi nila mapapansin yung accent mo. Like, I mean, mapapansin nila, pero hindi nila ipipintasin. Kasi kapag salad, kasi parang talagang aanohin ka nila na parang, oh my God, ba't ganyan siya ba't ganyan yung grammar niya and stuff like that, diba? Pero pag sa ibang bansa ka, no, hindi nila papansinin yun. Actually, I have a Aussie cousin. Meron, from Australia siya. Tapos, sabi niya sa akin, you guys speak American accent. I was like, wow! May accent pala ako, American accent. So, parang in a way, parang, alam mo yung medyo na-lighten up ako na parang, I can do it pala. Stuff like that. So, what is your biggest life regret? That up until now, you're still thinking about it. The what ifs, etc. What I've said earlier, wala na akong regret as of now. Because without all that experience, I wouldn't be where I am today. It sounds so cliche. I like how where I am today. I am at my peace. I am calm. I'm positive about myself. So without all of that, I wouldn't be where I am today, and I have no freaking regrets. Like, that's it. I have no freaking regrets. Probably the one thing na lang na masasabi ko dito is like, hindi ko sinubukang mag-try mag-bike ng bata ako. O diba, ang babaw? Ang babaw. But you know what? Yes, hindi po ako marunong mag-bike, okay? You know what? Everything that happens to me, meron akong mindset automatically in my head na this happened to you for a reason. Like, that's it. That's my mindset. This happened for a reason, now move on. That's it. Claim that, and that will happen to you. 5-year-old you or 5 years? 5-year-old me, for sure. Kasi kung 5 na Juayla, parang, pucha, ang sakit sa ulo nun. Isa pa nga lang ako, ang sakit ng ulo ko sa sarili ko, alam mo yun. So, diba, 5-year-old na lang, at talaga nga namang sana ma-relive ang childhood. So yeah, to answer your question, probably 5-year-old me. Kung sa last 2 years, may kaya kang baguhin na magpapatama ng lahat, ano yun? Meron. Okay. It's not a regret, okay? But I feel like gusto mo ba mag-anak someday, why or why not? I do want to have children. Before. I mean, no, I do wanna have children. It's just that ayoko lang ng madami. But I wanna have not one. Kasi mag-isa lang siya. Probably like 3. You know what I mean? Kasi pag dalawa lang anak ko, parang, alam mo yun, feeling ko mako-compare nila yung isa't isa. Like, oh my God, like yung isa bobo, yung isa matalino. Alam mo, yun yung ganong thoughts. Next question is, what's your message to yourself 5 years from now? 5 years from now, okay, I just turned 22. So, 22 plus 5, 27. My God, 27 na ako, dahil probably, meron na akong long-term relationship. Oh my God, in God's timing talaga, amen. Probably malapit na rin ako ikasal ng time na to. So hopefully, oh my God, ayokong tapusin kasi baka hindi magkatotoo. Baka mag-jinx, Mare. Pero ano na lang, when it comes to my career, when it comes to my dreams, I feeling ko hindi pa ako settled when it comes to my job. Like, I do not expect highly of my career as of the moment because I just go with the flow. You know, I keep on thinking of my specific niche kasi alam kong dadating din siya. And I do not rush about it. But, my message to my to my 27 self would probably be, I hope you're okay. I hope your heart is happy. I hope you healed. And I hope you're still doing this podcast and YouTube. I don't know. You know, I hope you're happy. I I hope you're happy. Charot, naging Olivia Rodrigo pala. Okay, so this is my last question from my next guest on the upcoming episode. So stay tuned for that. This is actually connected to our next topic, which is all about, okay, I'm gonna say it. It's all about unrequited love and healing. So, if you're experiencing that right now, I suggest you to listen to my next episode, which is on Saturday. So, link below. What was the moment you knew a relationship or friendship was worth keeping? Doon muna tayo sa relationship because I feel like it's a different factor if i-compare mo yung relationship sa friendship. The moment I knew a relationship was worth keeping, the funny thing is, I only had one boyfriend. So, hindi pa masyadong, I didn't have a lot of experiences. But I feel like for me, now that I'm learning a lot, hearing different stories from my friends or whatnot, if you continuously choose that person in whatever they do, especially if nare-reciprocate niya rin, and nag-a-adjust siya, that's important. That's it. Like, if nag-a-adjust siya sa needs mo, sa wants mo, that's it. It's worth keeping because he's trying, or he or she is trying to, adjust and to have that talk, to have that same level of understanding, of commitment. If nare-reciprocate niya, that is worth keeping. That's it. I don't know, for me, I feel like, pero when it comes to friendship, the moment you knew a friendship was worth keeping, when it comes to friendship, honestly, madali ako unfriend ng tao. I don't know if you guys know this, and I don't know if it's a flaw, pero kasi may mindset ako na kapag hindi nare-reciprocate yung feelings ko when it comes to my friends, I instantly unfriend. I don't know. I feel like it's a flaw. Okay, I had this instance na meron akong friend nung college. Best friend ko siya nung college. And then I tried to unfriend her. And you know what? It was so intense na I was like forcing myself to unfriend her kasi we've been friends for she's my friend ever since first year freaking of college. And then we're about to end our semester. And I was like, you know what? I think it's time to unfriend you. Ando na talaga ako sa point. Pero alam niyo ginawa niya, kinausap niya ako. And she told me na sobrang babaw ng reason mo kung bakit mo ko i-unfriend. Like, really? Ganun niya. Kinausap niya talaga ako bluntly. And knowing na I don't like confrontation actually helped me a lot. It helped me a lot na kinausap niya ako na parang, you know what? This is worth keeping because I've known you for a long time. I know your flaws. I know your strengths. I know your weaknesses. And she told me that. All of that thing. I feel like it's worth keeping also if pinaglalaban ka ng tao in general. That's it. That came from my experience, I'm not saying this like generally, but all that cuentos came from my experience. So that answers your question, Shelo. If you're listening to this or if you're watching this on YouTube, she's gonna be my guest for the next episode, so stay tuned for that. It's all about unrequited love. And I am gonna end this podcast and YouTube channel because I've been talking for so long. Hindi ko alam kung pansin niyo yung boses ko ay talagang nabamalat na. Hindi pa po ako umiinom ng tubig. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. And I don't know if I'm gonna be back here on YouTube. Kasi sobrang daming kailangan na gawin. Ano mo yun? Parang nakakapagod. Pero sa podcast kasi parang mic lang. Tapos di pa nakikita yung sarili mo. And like, mas less hassle yung edit. Alam mo yun kasi walang effects, ganyan-ganyan. Pero sa YouTube, kailangan ng effects and stuff like that. You know what? If you wanna keep up with me, just listen to my podcast. If you wanna subscribe as well, go. Go. Okay, so I'm gonna end this. For the listeners and for the viewers, thank you and peace out.